Hello dear students, I am Dr. Pagar, Associate Professor, Department of Geography. Dear student, I welcome all of you in this online lecture series on behalf of Maratha Vidya Prasar Samajas, Charity Arts, Beach Commerce and AM Science, popularly known as KTHM College Nasik. Dear student, this is our S.Y.B.Sc class, semester 3rd, Geography paper 1st, that is Environmental Geography part 1st. Dear student, it is our lecture number 34 of this subject. In this lecture, we are continuing with our fourth chapter, that is specific environmental issues in India. Today, we will discuss about one of the most important movement happened in our history for saving tree, which was the Chipko movements. Dear student, if you remember, in our last lecture, we covered energy crisis in India, its impact, and also studied remedial measure for the same. As I mentioned before, we will be talking about Chipko movement in this lecture. Before talking more about Chipko movement in depth, we will first take about some basic information about the Chipko movement. The most popular movement, environmental movement in India was Chipko, which became known for the environmental movement in the world. Chipko movement was started in 1973. It was a non-violence movement aimed at protection and the conservation of trees and the forest being destroyed. Dear student, the movement has highlighted the role of local community in forest conservation. This is a very important information about the Chipko movement. One of Chipko movement's the most important silent feature was the mass participation of the female villagers in this movement. If we see what do we mean by the Chipko movement, let us see some other basic information that related to Chipko movements. The Chipko movement is also called Chipko Andalan. It was non-violent, social and ecological movement by rural villagers, particularly women in India. The movement originated in the Himalaya region, especially Reni village in Chamboli district, that was the part of Uttar Pradesh. Now it is located in Uttarakhand, and this movement was started in 1973. The Hindi means to hug or to stick, whereas the movement was triggered by the government decision to allot a plot of forest area in the Alaknanda Valley to a sports goods company and to clear out all the trees that was located in that particular plot. So this was the main reason or the cause behind started the Chipko movement in that particular area. Just I mentioned Reni village and around part of that village where dense forest was located, but due to the government decision, that dense forest plot was allowed to the private company to start their sports good company in that particular area. But for that purpose, they have to clear all the trees that was available or located in that trees. But the local people not agree with the decision of the government, and therefore to stop this work, to stop this deforestation, they started the Chipko movement in that particular area. Dear student, if you know what was the main objective of the Chipko movement, the primary aim or the objective of the Chipko movement was to reduce and stop the deforestation in that area and to protect the tree. This was the very important thing, the objective of this movement. And if you see the objective of the Chipko movement revolves around the five F strategy, such as food, fodder, fuel, the fiber and fertilizer. So therefore, this is the symbolic feature of this movement. And in this movement also, the women try to protect the trees from the deforestation. This is the very important, the symbol of the feature of the related to the Chipko movement. It was published in the Wikipedia, so I have taken from that source. So therefore, this is a very important information about the Chipko movement. Dear student, you know that the numbers of the people were participated in that movement. The leader of that movement was Sundarlal Bhogana. He was the main leader, and he lead this movement up to the successful. He carried out all this movement with help of the local other people and the women and the other social environmentalists that was also participated in that movement. Especially, I'm talking about the Chandi Prasad Bhatt, who was the one of the earliest Chipko activities. Then we have the Sudeshi Devi, Dum Singh Negi, Bachni Devi, Govind Singh Rawat, Ghansham Raturi, Indu Tikekar, and the many other local people were participated in this movement, and therefore this movement was success in that area. If you see, again I am talking about what was the main reason behind to started this movement in that area. Basically, I am talking about the movement was launched in Himalayan region. Just I mentioned about that was the part of, especially this region was located in the Uttar today. That time it was the part of Uttar Pradesh. Now it is a part of the Uttarakhand. In this region, against the deforestation, the main reason to start to give the rise the Chipko movement in that particular area. And you know that, student, the deforestation is a very harmful for the to protection of the forest area. So therefore, this was the main reason to start this movement in that area. The main families of the farmers and the local residents were depend on the forest for their livelihood. Numbers of the local needs, they were fulfilled by using the various part of the forest. The forest was play a very important role in that local people. But when the deforestation, the process was started by the government in that area, that time people was not satisfied, not agree with their decision, and to protect their forests, they started this movement against the government and the local contractor that was started the deforestation in that particular area. Dear student, you know that the rising deforestation in that area had made a region barren. That was the main reason. Later, the state government, I am talking about the state government, allotted the contractor to cut down the tree to build a factory. That was the factory to make a sports goods or the various the goods related to the sports, and therefore this would have a very negative impact on that local people. Especially, I'm talking about that might be create the obstacle to fulfill their local needs. Those people were directly or indirectly depend on the forest. They were not agree with the decision that was taken by the local state government. Hence, the people, especially the women, along with other labors and activities from the NGO, that is the non-government organization, started a protest by the holding each other's hand and the forming the human circle around the trees to hug trees to stop the contractor from the cutting them down. So this is the very important main feature of this area. I repeat again, the people was not agreed to start it. They would like to reject reject this decision. They not agree with that whatever the decision taken by the government, the state government, and therefore the people started this movement against this deforestation. When the private labor of that company were come there and they started to cut down the trees, that time people stop this work. For that purpose, they protect by holding each other's hand and forming the human circle around the trees to stop the contractor from cutting down the trees. So this is a very important feature about the Chipko movement that was started in 1973 in that particular area. And when this the movement was continue for a long period, and again, but when this movement was spread not only in that particular area but around the numbers of the villagers, the people, especially women, were participate in that area. And lastly, the government agreed to stop especially that time the Prime Minister of India was Indira Gandhi. When she heard this movement was spread, the people are not ready with the local government, local state government. That time, the Indira Gandhi stopped this deforestation at that moment, and numbers of the effect. And that moment, when the this deforestation process was stopped with help of the Prime Minister decision, and the local Chief Minister also agreed to stop this movement, and lastly this movement was success. And after that, when the movement was success, we observed the few very important the positive impact of the Chipko movement. The first one thing is very important. The Chipko movement has taught that community can be involved in the natural resource management. They can stop the deforestation. They can save the, if they combinedly do the effort to stop the deforestation and to save the forest that time. So this was the ideal example. This movement was taught that the community can be involved in the natural resources management. This is a very important outcome of this movement, of this movements. The movement led to stopping the deforestation. This was the very important, the idea, what you can say, the inspire example. The people can be stopped the deforestation process. If they are not agree in such process, that time if they combine the effort, they can do this, they can stop the deforestation. This is also very important message given by Chipko movement to not only for the India but also all part of the world. The government passed, then immediately the government passed the Forest Act 1927, and it was the pass, but some part of that Forest Act was changed by the central government, and they introduced the Forest Conservation Act 1980, which say the forest land cannot be saved used for the non-forest purpose. So this is the very important outcome that we have impact of the Chipko movement. Why? Because what was the we have the Forest Act 1927. In that after that, the new act that was passed, the Forest Conservation Act 1980, and in this act the government agree that if the area under the forest is available at any particular region, then this area cannot be used for the non-forest purpose. This is a very important thing that was happened after the Chipko movement's success. The Chipko movement started a phenomena to protect across the whole country of India, to protect the forest, trees and wild animal also. Because when this movement was success, in case of the to save the forest, to protect the forest, to protect the tree, then same movement was after that started to protect the wild animals, especially because the loss of the trees and wild animal, it was the great threat to the loss of biodiversity. And therefore this movement was a very inspired and ideal example. It support to give the other uh, environmental movement to stop the loss of the environments, particularly the loss of the trees and the wild animal. Therefore, this is also important outcome we have. It was the impact of the Chipko movement. And just I mentioned that at that time the Prime Minister of India was Indira Gandhi, and Indira Gandhi allows he take one very important decision, and he issued the order ban the cutting of the forest for 15 years in Himalayan region. Means the area where this movement was started, the spread and successfully completed. That time immediately the Prime Minister of India, that she was the Indira Gandhi, and he issued the order. This is also very important outcome of this movement. Dear students, the Chipko movement became the benchmark for the socio-ecological movement in other forest area of Himachal Pradesh, Rajasthan, Bihar in September 1983. And one important thing that I mentioned earlier, and again I am going to mention, that Chipko movement inspired a similar the Apiko movements in the Karnataka state of India, where tree felling in the Western Ghat and Vindhya was stopped. So this is also very important, the positive impact of this Chipko movement we observe in some part of the India. In recent year also, the movement not only inspired the numbers of people to work on the practical program of water management, energy conservation, afforestation and recycling also. So this is also important things that it was the result of the Chipko movement that was a success in India. Dear student, if you see this all the movement, then really it was the good event, it was a very helpful event to protect the forest or the environment in India. Student, in our past, people did everything to save trees. It was our responsibility now to take care and plant more and more trees. In our next lecture, we shall be talking about Narmada Bachao Andolan, which is the most important event happened in India's history. I will stop here. We will meet in our next lecture. Till that time, take care and goodbye.